to the Southeastern North Carolina radio reading service, a United Way partner agency. We are located on the campus of Fayetteville State University, and our signal is carried by WUNC Chapel Hill. Today is Wednesday, January 31st, 2018, and your radio host is Robert Bean, reading the news from today's edition of the Fayetteville Observer. Your weather. Today there will be plenty of sunshine, and it will be chilly. The high will be 48, and tonight will be clear with a low of 31. Tomorrow will be warmer with periods of sun. The high will be 63, the low 46. Friday, it will be a morning shower or two and cooler. The high will be 51, the low will be 22. Saturday will be chilly with clouds and sun. The high will be 44, the low 33. Sunday, there will be rain and drizzle in the afternoon. The high will be 46 and the low 38. Monday, there will be rain and drizzle possible with a high of 49 and a low of 30. And Tuesday, there will be partial sunshine. The high will be 53, the low 35. Sunrise today was at 7:15 a.m. Sunset tonight will be at 5:43 p.m. Moonrise today is at 7:17 p.m. Moonset is tomorrow morning at 8:03 a.m. Sunset tomorrow will be sunrise will be at 7:15 a.m. and sunset tomorrow will be at 5:44 p.m. The full moon will be January 31st, last moon February 7th, new moon February 15th, and the first moon February 23rd. Applause. Nancy Rios of Fayetteville received a Master of Science in Human Resource Management from Troy University. And Joshua Tolbert of Fayetteville received a Bachelor of Science degree from Troy University. Today in history. Today is Wednesday, January 31st, the 31st day of 2018. There are 334 days left in the year. Today's highlight: on January 31st, 1958, the United States entered the space age with its first successful launch of a satellite, the Explorer 1, from Cape Canaveral. In 1917, during World War I, Germany served notice that it was beginning a policy of unrestricted submarine warfare. In 1929, revolutionary Leon Trotsky and his family were expelled from the Soviet Union. In 1945, Private Eddie Slavik, 24, became the first U.S. soldier since the Civil War to be executed for desertion as he was shot by an American firing squad in France. And in 2000, an Alaska Airlines ND-83 jet crashed into the Pacific Ocean off Port Hueneme, California, killing all 88 people aboard. Birthdays: actress Carol Channing is 97, composer Philip Glass is 81, actor Stuart Margolin is 78, actress Jessica Walter is 77, blues singer-musician Charlie Musselwhite is 74, Baseball Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan is 71, actor Jonathan Banks is 71, actress Paulette Braxton is 53, actress Minnie Driver is 48, actress Portia de Rossi is 45, actor-comedian Bobby Monahan is 41, actress Kerry Washington is 41, bluegrass singer-musician Becky Bowler is 39, singer Justin Timberlake is 37, country singer Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line is 31, folk rock singer-musician Marcus Mumford of Mumford & Sons is 31.
Assistance may be available through Design and Station, Balm and Gilead. Question: I need to know the name of the free furniture charity off US 301 and any other entities that help a family of hurricane survivors with household furnishings. That SS would be the Design and Station, a nonprofit furniture bank serving Cumberland and Robeson counties. The agency, as its website states, provides new and gently used home furnishings and household goods for those in need who are transitioning from homelessness or fleeing domestic violence or human trafficking. The Design Station is at 201 McDuffie Street, which is off US 301. Call 321-2814. Or connect at Facebook or designingstation.org. "We don't do free," says Sherry Smith, the executive director of the design and station. "Instead, hurricane victims must make a request with a $150 sponsorship. Anyone that needs assistance with furniture from Hurricane Matthew," most of those solicitations came through Lutheran Services, she said. "It's the initial point of contact for all Hurricane Matthew survivors. If there's a need for furniture, any survivor must be connected to Lutheran Services. Phone number for Lutheran Services Carolinas is 919-861-2886. Part of what Lutheran Services Carolinas does is try to provide a sponsor for those requesting assistance through Unmet Needs Committee of the Cumberland County Disaster Relief Coalition. Those asking for storm assistance will have to go through the committee. That committee addresses any unmet needs of that survivor."
Daybreak, need to know. Platelet shortage. The Cape Fear Valley Blood Donor Center is seeking help from the community as it deals with a shortage of blood platelets. The center is looking for platelet donors. Platelets are like the body's Band-Aid. They help the blood clot. Platelets go to premature babies, people receiving chemotherapy, burn victims, and others. The Blood Donor Center supports Cumberland, Harnett, Hoke, and Bladen counties. Call 615-3305 for more information or to schedule an appointment. Blood drive. The Cape Fear Valley Blood Donor Center is experiencing a low blood supply and has a blood drive scheduled for today at Fayetteville Technical Community College on 2201 Hall Road from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Donors also may go by the center at 3357 Village Drive, Suite 150, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It also is open the third Saturday of the month from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. All blood types are needed. However, the center has an urgent need for O-negative donors. For more information, call 615-5433. United Way Volunteers. United Way of Cumberland County is looking for volunteers for its Leadership Development Program and its Community Impact Review Panel. For more information or to register, call 483-1179 or go to unitedway-cc.org. Hearts for Habitat. Fayetteville Area Habitat for Humanity and Patricia's Flower Shop of Rayford are partnering to sell rose bouquets for Valentine's Day. Each bouquet of long stem roses is $65. Order online at Fayetteville FayettevilleNCHabitat.org or by phone at 483-0952 by February 9th. Choose from one of two pickup locations. Flowers will be ready February 14th. Proceeds benefit Habitat for Humanity. If we want to hear from you, please submit your events in writing at least 10 days in advance. Email calendar at fayobserver.com or fax details to 486-3545. For questions, call 486-3500.
Assistant principal charged in assault. In brief, an assistant principal at Reed Ross Classic High School is accused of assaulting her husband during a domestic argument at their home in the Liberty Hill neighborhood Saturday. Cameron Nichols McFarland, 40 of the 900 block of Liberty Lane, is charged with simple assault. According to court records, the charge is considered domestic violence. Officers were called to the home at 8:57 p.m. McFarland's husband told officers that his wife hit him and scratched his face, said Sergeant Sean Strafer of the Fayetteville Police Department. The injuries were classified as minor on a police report. McFarland was charged just after midnight and had a first appearance hearing in district court on Monday. Court records show her bail was set at $1,500. McFarland has worked in the Cumberland County schools since August 2001, according to a release from the school system. She was named assistant principal in July 2014. School officials are aware of the situation and are investigating. Man who died in house fire identified. A man who died in a house fire on Sunday was identified Tuesday by Fayetteville police. Luis Esteban Riviera, 55, who lived in the house at 901 McKinnon Road, was pulled from the burning home by Fayetteville firefighters and taken to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center, where he later died. The fire, which is believed to have been accidental, was reported at 8:46 p.m. Fire investigators were still trying to pinpoint the cause.
Public safety, Cumberland County arrest. Franklin Tremaine Favors, 35, of the 1400 block of Faircloth Street, was charged Tuesday with breaking and entering and misdemeanor injury to property. Bail was set at $5,000. Israel Curtis Jones, 27, of the 5100 block of Shoveler Court, was charged Tuesday with assault with a deadly weapon inflicting serious injury, larceny, receiving or transferring stolen vehicles, and 4 misdemeanors including 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon and 1 count each of first-degree trespassing and hit-and-run with property damage. Asia Sarita Butler, 24, the 1100 block of Sleepy Hollow Drive, was charged Monday with forgery, uttering a forged instrument, and obtaining property by false pretense. Bail was set at $7,500. Elmer Leon Spears Jr., 26, of the 5200 block of Gavin Street, was charged Monday with breaking and entering, larceny, and possessing stolen property. Bail was set at $10,000. Teresa Elaine Barnes, 46, of the 3700 block of Colonial Cove and Hope Mills, was charged Tuesday with habitual larceny. Bail was set at $20,000. Break-ins. 600 block of Dashland Drive was reported at 8:01 p.m. Monday. A television was taken. Cattail Circle was reported at 11:24 p.m. on Sunday with televisions and money taken. Avencroft Drive was reported at 2:05 p.m. on Sunday with a semi-automatic handgun, pump shotgun, electronics, jewelry, sunglasses, and money taken. Clinton Road, Cumberland Insulation Company Incorporated on 4205 Clinton Road reported at 1 p.m. Sunday that lawn equipment and a battery charger were taken. Rock Hill Road, Freedom Biker Church on 455 Rock Hill Road reported at 8:30 a.m. on Sunday that lawn equipment was taken. Bonfield Road reported at 5:32 a.m. Sunday nothing was taken. And a vehicle break-in. Ritson Lane was reported at 11 a.m. on Sunday. A purse with wallet, credit cards, and military identification was taken.
Teen faces second school break-in charge. A Fayetteville teen who is out on bail for breaking into an elementary school earlier this month was charged Friday with breaking into another school. Bryce McNeely, 16, of the 600 block of Wiltshire Drive, is charged with breaking and entering. Deputies responded about 2:10 a.m. Friday to a burglar alarm at William H. Owen Elementary School at 4533 Rayford Road. They searched the building with help from Fayetteville's police officers but found no one inside. When a school official reviewed security video, it showed a suspect running from the building moments before lawmen arrived. When deputies looked at it later that morning, they immediately recognized McNeely and arrested him about 1:45 p.m. McNeely was arrested January 15th after deputies responded to a burglar alarm at Montclair Elementary School. As deputies prepared to enter the building, McNeely came out carrying a book bag that contained a lock pick set, 2 iPads, and a proxy hall pass. Upon entering the building, they found several interior doors that McNeely had kicked in so he could get access to classrooms. He was charged with breaking and entering, larceny, possession of stolen property, possession of burglary tools, and misdemeanor damage to property. His bail was set at $4,000.
Uncle Bill was mayor of Blue Ridge Road by Bill Kirby. They came Sunday evening to the tavern where everybody really does know your name and where the tears streaming from their cheeks were as heavy as the raindrops falling outside. They nursed their cocktails and their bottles of beer and one another's aching hearts. I just want to say thank you, Laura Cook was saying as Brenda Johnson, Tara Lane, Shaylee Williams, Jimmy Smith, Diane Clausen, Laura Powers, Mike Cortez, Bill Oakley, Ernie Dooley, Jeff and Sherry Lindstrom, and Mark and Lindsay Arnett were among those hoisting their bottles and glasses toward the empty chair leaning along the mahogany bar, where Uncle Bill, for what seems like forever, was one of them. This was his watering hole where, just like them, Bill Coulter was a regular, and where Uncle Bill listened to their stories and told his own, from driving the beautiful mountain roadways of Lake Guntersville, Alabama, to his ham-hock seasoned collard greens, to life with Opal, the love of his life, along Blue Ridge Road, and where the neighbors called him the mayor. He always said she had a green thumb and could grow anything around the White House with the Carolina blue shutters to include the azaleas, irises, and those daylilies. He carried her photograph in his wallet and often would pull her picture from the back pocket of his blue jeans to remind himself of their life together along Blue Ridge Road before her death at the age of 76 in October 2004. She died here at home, he would say, where she wanted to be. Bill Coulter found his way to Blue Ridge Road in 1971 as a young serviceman, spending 22 years in the Army from 1967 to 1970 in Vietnam, and later as a military policeman and Special Forces intelligence soldier before retiring in 1986. Along Blue Ridge Road, he liked the tall pines and the old oak trees and helping out his neighbors when his truck driving sojourns brought him back home and to Opal and their kids. "I'd bring them food and things," he would say in that gravelly but thoughtful voice about his older neighbors. "I like to help out people." When a local developer bought and raised the antiquated homes, Coulter was the first to say the new single-family homes improved the neighborhood. The mayor of Blue Ridge stood firm. His home was not for sale, not even for $1 million.
Porn star now denies affair with Trump. Adult film star Stormy Daniels, in the midst of a publicity tour fueled by past allegations of a 2006 sexual relationship with then-married Donald Trump, said in a statement Tuesday the alleged affair never occurred. A lawyer for Daniels, whose real name is Stephanie Clifford, confirmed the statement was authentic but didn't offer any further details. The statement comes at a curious time for Clifford, who is scheduled to appear following the President's State of the Union address on ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live. In recent weeks, she has changed production companies, given a television interview, and promoted strip club appearances with a risque play on Trump's Make America Great Again campaign slogan. Michael Cohen, Trump's personal lawyer, has denied there was an affair. Clifford's allegation, first made in 2011 and then again a month before the election, went mostly unnoticed until the Wall Street Journal reported earlier this month that Cohen brokered a $130,000 payment to Clifford to keep her from publicly discussing it. A week after the report, In Touch magazine printed a 5,000-word interview it conducted with Clifford in 2011, but never published after Cohen threatened the tabloid with a lawsuit. The Associated Press has previously reported. In that interview, Clifford described a single sexual encounter with Trump in 2006 when he was recently married to his third wife, Melania, as well as his subsequent years-long relationship with the reality TV star. The magazine said it corroborated her account with friends and said she passed a lie detector test.
Analysis. Fiery barbs give way to softer tone by Mark Fisher, The Washington Post. This was the president who emerges on special occasions. A president with a smooth, modulated voice. No shouts, no big gestures, not a mention of radical Islamic terrorism or a network of lawless savages. A Donald Trump who delivered his first State of the Union address Tuesday night referred instead to ISIS. He didn't say a word about his opponents, nothing about the critics. The man who rose to power on a wave of inflammatory rhetoric sounded as if he'd been doused with a warm glass of milk. Using a gentle tone and tempered language, as President Donald Trump struck a new note of bipartisan appeal. "We endured floods and fires and storms," he said of his first year in office, "but through it all we have seen the beauty of America's soul and the steel in America's spine." Trump still takes pride in breaking with tradition, but in tone and content Tuesday night, he behaved more like the politician he says he is not. "This is our new American moment," he said, deploying the kind of rhetoric most any president might use. He spoke not to his base, but to all of us, together as one team, one people, and one American family. Trump was elected as a non-ideological anti-politician with a passion for straight, even course language. but a review of his scripted speeches over the past year shows the development of a more nuanced rhetoric for official occasions. For the State of the Union and other formal events, Trump's language, while still far simpler and blunter than most presidents, is a far cry from his biting, sometimes sniping voice on Twitter, or the raw populism he uses to win cheers at rallies. Last week, addressing the world's business leaders at Davos, Switzerland, for example, Trump framed the U.S. approach toward the Islamic State as leading a very broad coalition to deny terrorists control of their territory and populations. Radical Islam again went unmentioned. The softer approach has evolved. In the early weeks of his presidency, Trump had not yet erected a clear boundary between Twitter, where he gave his opponents belittling nicknames and railed against fake news, in settings such as the East Room of the White House or the chamber of the U.S. House of Representatives. Although Trump sought in his inaugural address to offer hope for a united country, he also focused on his America First theme, a new national pride, he called it, which many heard as raw nativism, or what presidential historian Douglas Brinkley called American nationalism on steroids. Before his 2016 election, Trump repeatedly promised worried Republican leaders that he could easily pivot from the incendiary language that thrilled the crowd at the GOP convention, but was likely to alienate much of the country. Trump's convention speech featured attacks on illegal immigrants roaming free to threaten peaceful citizens, on Hillary Clinton's terrible, terrible crimes, and on Barack Obama for using the presidency to divide us by race and color. Trump assured doubters that I can be more presidential than any president this country has ever had, except for Abraham Lincoln, because you can't out-top Abraham Lincoln.
Kennedy. Bullies may land a punch, but don't win. Soaring stock prices under President Donald Trump have boosted investor portfolios and corporate profits, but failed to give workers their fair share of the reward. Massachusetts Representative Joe Kennedy III said Tuesday in the Democratic response to Trump's first State of the Union address. Kennedy called on Americans to reject the extreme partisanship and chaos of the Trump era. In an apparent reference to Trump, Kennedy said, "Bullies may land a punch and leave a mark, but have never managed to match the strength and spirit of a people united in defense of their future." In a hard-hitting speech for a political newcomer, Kennedy described a rollback of civil rights protections, noting propaganda that targeted Muslims, transgender people, and others. The administration isn't just targeting the laws that protect us, they are targeting the very idea that we are all worthy of protection. Kennedy said in a speech from a vocational high school in Fall River, Massachusetts, a one-time manufacturing hub now struggling with high unemployment and other problems. Trump's record is rebuke of our highest American ideal, the belief that we are all worthy, we are all equal, and we all count in the eyes of our law and our leaders, our God and our government, Kennedy said. Kennedy, 37, a three-term congressman and grandson of former Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy, has urged Democrats to focus on the economic worries of working-class voters who bolted the party in the 2016 elections. Fall River demonstrates the value of that message, Kennedy said. Fall River has faced its share of storms.
Trump trying to make America white again by Eugene Robinson. President Trump's immigration proposal reveals what he has been after all along, an end to family-based immigration and the lottery visa, which would mean fewer Latino, African, and Muslim newcomers, and perhaps more Norwegians if any want to come. Yes, Trump is trying to make America white again. You're probably not surprised. The broad amnesty that the White House offers to 1.8 million people brought here illegally when they were children is just a diversion. The $25 billion that Trump wants for his border wall system, really more of an intermittent fence, is mostly a sop to his base. Much more important in the long run is the fundamental shift Trump wants to make in the nation's system of legal immigration. The administration seeks to drastically curtail the ability of immigrants to sponsor family members for entry into the country. This can only be seen as an attempt to halt the browning of America. Under current law, U.S. citizens, including immigrants who are naturalized, can petition to obtain entry for their spouses, parents, siblings, and sons and daughters of any age. Immigrants who are not citizens but hold green cards, meaning they are permanent residents, can sponsor spouses and minor or adult children for entry. Trump proposes a sweeping change. Both citizens and green card holders would only be able to sponsor spouses and minor children. As far as parents, siblings, and adult children are concerned, hasta la vista. It is, of course, ironic that Republicans, who yammer so much about family values, would even entertain a proposal that is so deeply anti-family. But the party nominated and elected a thrice-married man who bragged about his habit of sexual harassment and allegedly paid hush money to a porn star for her silence about a tryst, so I guess that horse has long since left the barn. The idea of limiting family-based sponsorship, championed by administration officials such as presidential advisor Stephen Miller and his former boss, Attorney General Jeff Sessions, is broadly supported by GOP immigration hardliners. Since it is difficult to argue against bringing close relatives together, proponents use the clinical-sounding term chain migration as if we were talking about links of metal rather than flesh and blood human beings. Trump also wants to eliminate the diversity visa program, which allocates 50,000 visas each year to countries that otherwise send few immigrants to the United States. Applicants are selected by lottery, but then are carefully vetted. White House claims that individuals are admitted at random in a program riddled with fraud and abuse are lies. What is true is that the diversity lottery has primarily benefited migrants from African nations, which Trump has called blank countries. The net result of Trump's plan, the whole purpose apparently, would be to welcome fewer people of color into the United States. In an Oval Office meeting, Trump reportedly demanded to know why there couldn't be more immigrants from countries such as Norway. Surely it is not a coincidence that Norway holds a competitive advantage. In other advanced countries, populations are aging. Migration provides a steady stream of younger workers whose brain and brawn keep programs such as Medicare and social
in our area. For example, during the Christmas holidays, our church helped 17 local children through our church. These 17 children received a minimum of 3 presents each. 25 families received food from our church food pantry during the week of Christmas. That does not include our normal weekly distribution. 95 children received stockings from our free stocking shop. The youth came from our church distribution, 85 care packages and stuffed animals to nursing home residents at Bethesda Nursing Home. Bethany Church then teamed up with Bethany Rural Fire Department and assisted 13 children families through the Backpack Buddy program at Stedman Pitt Primary School. Our church recently canceled some services due to cold, snow, icing, but we still were able to distribute food boxes. Helping others, that's what it's all about, and helping others in turn helps us as well. This is the Southeastern North Carolina Radio Reading Service, a United Way partner agency. We broadcast from the campus of Fayetteville State University, and our signal is carried by WUNC Chapel Hill. As a nonprofit agency, we rely on public donations. We request your support to continue our services. When making charitable donations, please keep the Southeastern North Carolina Radio Reading Service in mind. Our post office box number is 35029, Fayetteville, North Carolina 28303. If you have any questions or comments, please call us at 910-672-1600, or our toll-free number is 1-844-709-5656. Your radio hosts today are
Robert Bean
and Ralph Walkie Robertson, and we are proud to serve you today.
The Observer's editorials: filters may not cure Gen X problems. Chemours, the chemical company whose plant on the Cumberland-Bladen County line has been dumping the chemical Gen X into the Cape Fear River and apparently leaking it into the local water table, has offered to equip affected homes in the area around the plant with water filters. The company recently told the state that it plans to put granular activated carbon treatment systems on wells with likely unsafe concentrations of Gen X, a chemical used in the manufacture of Teflon and not been considered a final remedy for contaminated groundwater. State Department of Environmental Quality spokeswoman Bridget Munger said this week. Michael Scott, director of the DEQ's Division of Waste Management, said in a letter to Chemours earlier this month that state officials strongly recommend that the company not implement the filter plan or notify residents about it until the plan gains state approval, which won't happen anytime soon. Chemours had informed the state that it wanted to start installing the filter systems on January 22nd. Scott suggested that the company began with a pilot program at 4 residences, testing the systems for at least 3 months while continuing to supply bottled water to affected communities. The filtration proposal will be discussed when state officials come to Bladen Community College Thursday at 6 p.m. for a Gen X informational meeting. Meanwhile, Cumberland County Commissioners last week agreed that one of their top priorities this year is getting a safe municipal water supply to this county's residents whose wells are contaminated by Gen X. The county has already gotten estimates for the engineering studies that would be the starting point for a water project. That ultimately is the only long-term solution to the pollution problem. The only way to be certain the families in the area around Chemours' Fayetteville Works are getting safe, clean water. And when the county discusses the cost of the water system, the commissioners should be looking to Chemours and DuPont to foot a large portion of the bill. DuPont operated the Fayetteville Works for decades, producing Teflon and related products there. Chemours was created as a spin-off company by DuPont in 2015. Responsibility for Gen X and other contaminants from the plant prior to 2015 belongs to DuPont, which still has a presence at the Fayetteville Works. The taxpayers of Cumberland County didn't put Gen X, its predecessor C8, and other related emerging contaminants in the river, on the land, and in the groundwater around the plant. They shouldn't be paying for the remediation. At this point, we're still not even sure what remediation will look like. New contamination has been discovered regularly since we first learned about Gen X contamination in the Cape Fear River. Testing still hasn't defined the boundaries of the contamination in the groundwater around the plant, and Gen X has been found on the east side of the river as well. The chemical was also found in honey from a hive in Bladen County, and new research from the Netherlands has found Gen X in plants and vegetables around a similar Chemours plant there. Since there are substantial agricultural operations around the Fayetteville Works, it's clear that expanded testing is needed. While it's clear that residents around the plant need safe water, it's not at all clear what the extent of the problem is and what the ultimate solutions will be. It may be years before we know all the answers, but for now, we should all be able to agree that the water project is the top priority, along with a full mapping of the pollution's extent.
Set the record straight. One of life's gifts that keeps on giving is a criminal record. In years past, if you got arrested and convicted of a crime when you were, say, 17, and then lived an exemplary life ever after, it didn't matter. That criminal record would stay with you, preventing you from getting good jobs, keeping your credit rating down, and generally ruining you. One fit of youthful indiscretion, and your life goes down a very hard road and stays on it for a lifetime. But now there is a detour to a better highway, and it's gotten easier to find. It's called expungement, a way for people who made a mistake but learned from it to get their record wiped clean. Cumberland County is helping people with records through its expungement clinic. The county is holding 3 information and screening sessions this month at 11 a.m. Saturday at Covenant Love Church in Fayetteville. At 6 p.m. February the 8th at In Soul Church in Fayetteville, and at 11 a.m. February 17th at Williams Chapel Church in Spring Lake. Bring some official ID. For those who qualify, the expungement will clear their records in May. For those who don't, there's Project Fresh Start, a program set up by County Commissioner Charles Evans to help convicted felons return to the workforce. One mistake in life doesn't have to ruin everything.
Trump sells America first at Davos Forum by Trudy Rubin. As 3,000 top businessmen and political leaders awaited Donald Trump's speech at the Davos World Economic Forum on Friday, a mind flashed back to Davos in the early 2000s, when those who denounced multilateral trade deals and institutions were outliers. In 2000 and 2001, I watched cadres of scruffy, anti-globalization protesters march up Davos's narrow main drag, blocked by riot police, and occasionally heave a rock through a shop window. By 2003, Davos organizers, wary of unrest, had encouraged a counter-Davos forum held in a local high school that debated issues like, can globalization be ethical, and alternatives to free trade. No one could have imagined a man who championed America first and disdained multilateral anything would become the most awaited speaker at Davos 2018, where he equally proclaimed the virtues of America first. Yet the outlook of those early anti-globalists and Trump's America First message, while superficially similar, could not be more different. To anti-globalizers on the left, globalization meant a race to the bottom, corporations moving jobs to countries that exploited low-wage workers while despoiling the environment. They argued that U.S. workers were hurt by the lack of a level playing field. They wanted to address inequalities in wages. Those are not the concerns that motivate Trump. Trump's Davos speech, delivered carefully and uncomfortably from a teleprompter, was a sales pitch for more investment in America. Nothing wrong with that in principle, though it was bizarre to listen to an American president who barely mentioned geopolitics as he addressed an assembly of world leaders. Instead, he kept touting his corporate tax cuts. He also bragged endlessly about stock market gains and massive deregulation. This reminded me of grim Davos forums where world leaders reeled from the consequences of lack of regulation in the aftermath of the 1997 Asian crisis and the crash of 2008. Yet for a populist, his speech was sorely lacking any mention of growing income inequality, with the United States a top offender. The Davos 2018 Risk Report rightly named income inequality as one of the industrial world's biggest economic challenges. In the United States in 2016, 20% of national income was taken in by the top 1% of the population, while the bottom 50% garnered around 13%. This disparity was far lower in Europe. Moreover, the tax cut that Trump touted for much of his speech will do little to address that gap. One-time bonuses some U.S. companies are offering and attributing to the cut, and which the president bragged about, don't guarantee pay raises. With unemployment low, there is little indication so far that the huge corporate gains from the tax cut will go to job creation, especially decent paying jobs that benefit less educated workers. And then there's the destruction of medical care for the working poor, but I won't even go there. But inequality was not on Trump's mind at Davos. He did cite U.S. job growth gains during 2017. In fact, however, according to Federal Reserve figures, job creation last year was lower than it was during each year of President Obama's second term. The Trump speech had the slippery quality of a huckster who ignores anything that contradicts the pitch. America's open for business, he proclaimed, as if that alone could resolve the structural problems that have created massive income disparities. If repatriated U.S. business profits go to stock buybacks and further enrich to 1%, Trump's base will see few benefits. No doubt, Trump will deflect responsibility by blaming Hillary Clinton. This was our claim in his Davos speech that the market would have gone down 50% if a Democrat had been elected, reminded his audience that facts are not the president's sport, and he couldn't resist taking a swipe at the U.S. press. No wonder, then, that the Davos crowd, which politically and politely applauded Trump, was far more enthusiastic for French President Emmanuel Macron. Let us not be naive. Globalization is going through a major crisis, Macron said, and this challenge needs to be collectively fought by states and civil society in order to find and implement global solutions. He also said that a race to the bottom by constantly lowering taxes was not a sufficient response to the inequalities that globalization creates. And Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel got it. Let us never accept a situation where people are left behind, particularly in the digital economy, she said. If we don't manage this, we will have Luddites. She warned against the poison of populism. Both Macron and Merkel have seen how far-right political populists feed off of the discontent of those who feel bruised by technology, trade, and rapid societal change. Both are thinking serious about job training, education, and cooperation to cope with the fallout. On the other hand, Trump appeared confident that deal-making and bilateral trade deals were all that was needed to ensure prosperity. His speech was the perfect blend of globalist and populist, claiming he meant to raise hopes and empower dreams in America. At Davos, he embraced business deals for the 1%, assuring the 50% is on their side. Trudy Rubin is a columnist and editorial board member for the Philadelphia Inquirer. Readers may write to her at Philadelphia Inquirer, P.O. Box 8263, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania 19101, or by email at trubin@phillynews.com.
Cheers and jeers. Cheers to Steve and Donna at Hometown Appliance Repair in Hope Mills. We have had them out for major repairs several times, and every time they come, their servicemen are prompt, professional, thorough, friendly, and neat. Their prices are very reasonable. The owners go out of their way to accommodate our schedule, and they always follow up to be sure we're completely satisfied. That's Sonia and Manfred S. Rothstein of Pinehurst. I would like to thank and highly recommend the team of Hedgeco Dentistry for the last 5 years I have been dealing with an unusual dental issue, and Dr. David has gone above and beyond to help me resolve the problem. More than a few times I have called with an immediate need, and I was accommodated each and every time. It is a huge blessing to be treated by people who truly care and the patient's best interest at heart. I can't imagine going through the ordeal at any other dental office. Everyone there is so friendly and compassionate. A special thanks to Janine, Ann, Crystal, and Chantel. You are appreciated more than I could ever say. Kudos to the whole team. Connie Bryan of Fayetteville. Send us your cheers or jeers. Want to share praise for an individual or business, or vent about a bad experience? Submit your cheer or jeer to Cheers and Jeers at Fayetteville Observer, or call 486-3590. Include your full name, hometown, and phone number, and limit your item to 125 words. To correct or cancel a submission, call 509-0651. Cheers and Jeers are published as space permits.
And this is the conclusion of Bill Kirby Jr.'s article about Uncle Billy, the mayor of Blue Ridge Road. He loved life at the end of Blue Ridge Road, hanging out with Hank, his beloved Belgian Illinois, and Opal, his German Shepherd, and leaving only for medical appointments or to spend time with friends at the Moose Lodge or the Sand Trap, a little tavern along Purdue Drive where everybody came to know Uncle Bill. William James Coulter Jr. died Thursday at his home along Blue Ridge Road. He was 77. They came Sunday evening to the tavern where everybody really does know your name and where the tears fell as hard as the raindrops on the canopy on the popular pub's entranceway. Reserved, the placard read, where the bartenders and the barbacks set a makeshift memorial by Uncle Bill's empty chair. An open Coors Light was in place where Uncle Bill would listen to their stories with an open ear and offer his take on the way things were, the way things are, and the way things ought to be. I just want to say thank you, Lord Cook, 49, a granddaughter, was saying as they lifted their bottles and glasses high for giving my grandfather the best days of his life these last 14 years. Their presence would say much about Bill Coulter, and their presence would say much about those who came to love him along their way. Bill Coulter was the mayor of Blue Ridge Road, and proud he'd have all of us know. But along Purdue Drive, they called him Uncle Bill. Bill Kirby Jr. can be reached by emailing bkirby@fayobserver.com or by calling 486-3571.
Zoning, environment, and quality of life. I want to thank the Fayetteville Observer for the 2 editorials in the January 24th edition. One was about taxpayer money going into a family business to upgrade their sewage facilities, and the other had to do with rezoning of land from residential to conditional commercial use. Both have to do with our environment and our quality of life. The Republican-led legislature quickly found $830,000 that no one had requested for the upgrade of the sewage system. But the North Carolina Senate refused to consider a House-passed bill authorizing money targeted to mitigate the Gen X pollution on the Cape Fear River. Their priorities are misplaced when millions along the Cape Fear depend on the river for their water. People in Wilmington are afraid to drink their water drawn from the river because they don't know what harm Gen X can cause in humans. This is beside the fact that they are not even testing for other emergent contaminants in the river. Some people in Cumberland and Bladen County are advised not to drink well water because the contaminant level is above the recommended level. They are being supplied with bottled water by the Chemours plant. people are concerned that their health problems may be related to the years of exposure to this water. They are also concerned about the property values. This is no way to live. This is a pressing public health issue that demands our state's full attention now. Clean drinking water should not be a partisan issue. Legislators should fully fund the Department of Environmental Quality and Department of Health and Human Services. Once again, an area designated residential in all our land use plans has been zoned to a limited commercial use. One of the reasons for zoning ordinance is so that when a property is zoned, everybody will know what uses are allowed. Monday's rezoning was conditional based on negotiations between the landowner and the neighbors. Are we going to have land use based on the few people who pay attention to what is proposed in the area?
North Carolina film industry still struggling. By Hunter Ingram, Gatehouse Media. Drought in filming continues despite return of state incentives. Wilmington. The state film industry is in a better place than a year ago when statewide grant funding was set to expire. Perceived discriminatory legislation was still the law, and the port city had only one production on the schedule for 2017. But even with those hurdles in the past, the region is still waiting to feel the benefits of legislative changes that many hoped would bring about a swift end to the film drought. Now a month into 2018, no major productions have signed on to film in the state. Still, Bill Vassar, Executive Vice President of EUE Screen Gems Studios in Wilmington, which hosted the second season of TNT's Good Behavior last year, said interest in North Carolina is higher than it has been in some time. We are in contact with all studios and major productions companies, he said. We have more interest now than we've had in a year. Last year, the state struggled to get any traction with clients until legislators replaced House Bill 2, dubbed the Bathroom Bill, because of its restrictions on LGBT protections, with the slightly less controversial HB 142 in March. The industry grant program was given recurring funding status by the North Carolina General Assembly, and the program's sunset date was nixed. Vassar joined Wilmington Regional Film Commission Director Johnny Griffin and NC Film Office Director Guy Gaster on a trip to the West Coast recently to tell potential clients of where the state stands. Gaster said the pitch in these meetings is simple: re-educate the industry at large about the state's film resources, since it dropped off some of their radars during incentive battles and HB2 uproar. We shot ourselves in the foot for a little bit, he said. The main message is to remind people we are open for business and we have an incentive. Once they do grasp it and understand it, it's about finding the right project to come in. Gaster said the state's recent steps have shown a commitment to the industry clients need to see to feel confident about filming locally. One topic in many of these meetings has been North Carolina's presence in 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, which was just nominated for 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. The film shot in Silva in the western part of the state in 2016 and stars Frances McDormand as a mother who uses billboards to get the attention of law enforcement investigating her daughter's death. The role has earned her Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild Awards and put her as the front-runner for a Best Actress Oscar. But can the film being on Hollywood's lips in the thick of award season help the future of film in North Carolina? Gaster said yes. It is garnering attention within the industry and within the public, he said. It's helping put North Carolina in the spotlight. We are using it as a bit of momentum. Gaster said they are using the film as a reminder of the incentive's $30 million annual pool of money, which 3 billboards took advantage of during its time in the state. An actual report of how much it earned back from the state won't be available until May. In recent months, Gaster said the state has been a finalist for several projects, but did not make the cut for reasons out of its control. Some went to specific locations and others overseas. But he reiterated that if the state's industry is going to find the footing it needs to get going again, being in the conversation is a start. From most production companies, they tell us they're definitely running our numbers again, he said, and we let them know we are still here.
Senators ask about regulatory authority. 4 state senators, including one representing Blading County, wrote a letter to the Environmental Protection Agency questioning whether the state has authority to regulate substances without federal standards. The Chemours plant on the Bladen-Cumberland County line is under scrutiny for its manufacture and discharge of Gen X, a potentially cancer-causing compound that has been discovered in more than 250 private wells near the facility. More than 120 wells have levels of Gen X above the state's provisional health goal. The state has been investigating the compound called Gen X since June, when news surfaced that in 2016 researchers discovered it in the Cape Fear River. The chemical, which is used to make non-stick cookware and other products, has been linked in animal studies to several forms of cancer, but it isn't known if it can affect the same way in humans. The letter dated January 23rd also asked for an audit of the State Department of Environmental Quality Permitting process under the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System program. Jamie Kritzer, a Department of Environmental Quality spokesman, said officials at the agency were surprised that the senators would put an extra burden on the department after the House had passed emergency funding for it. As a public agency, we are committed to transparency and are accustomed to such reviews because the EPA conducts routine audits of all DEQ programs as part of its federal oversight responsibilities. Senator Bill Rabone, a Republican from Brunswick County, is one of 4 lawmakers who signed the letter. His district includes Bladen County. Rabone and the other senators did not respond to emails Tuesday seeking comment about the letter.
Downtown volunteers sought. Leaders of the Cool Spring Downtown District addressed Tuesday their need for volunteers in hopes of helping to make the city's core a better place. The Cool Spring Downtown District, whose self-described mission is to foster a vibrant center of artistic, cultural, civic, and commercial activity, hosted its first community forum Tuesday evening at the Arts Center on Hay Street. The event drew a crowd of about 175, far more than representatives had anticipated. "You're part of something wonderful. Yes, you are part of the heart of our city," said Deborah Mentz, the executive director of the Arts Council of Fayetteville, Cumberland County. That has everything to do with the health of our entire city. Along with the Downtown Alliance, our organization serves as a major sponsor of the Cool Spring Downtown District. The Arts Council is contributing $100,000 a year for 3 consecutive years to the governing Cool Spring Downtown District's efforts. The Cool Spring Downtown District organization is in charge of the actual district. The district is a physical place, basically following the boundaries of the immediate downtown area, now known as the Municipal Service District. The Arts and Entertainment District is generally bounded by Russell Street to the south, Robson Street and Bragg Boulevard to the west, Rowan and Grove Streets to the north, and Cool Spring Street to the east. Plans call for the Cool Spring Downtown District to function in conjunction with the Arts Council of Fayetteville, Cumberland County, the Downtown Alliance, Cumberland County, and the City of Fayetteville. A charitable nonprofit, the Downtown District, was founded in 2017 to create and sustain an arts and entertainment district in the central downtown area. In that regard, it has taken the next step in what has been a long process in the growth of downtown Fayetteville. Its purpose will be to develop the area as a destination for shopping, dining, the arts, and entertainment. At the same time, there will be an economic development component by branding or forging an identity around the existing concentration of the district's resources. On June 26, the City Council voted to approve a 3-year contract in principle with the Downtown District for enhanced services. We stand in full support of the Cool Springs Group, Mayor Mitch Colvin told those on hand at the Arts Center. The 90-minute forum got underway with an explanation of what each committee's role is within the governing Downtown District. Those committees include leadership development, programming, economic vitality, community solutions, design, digital presence, and promotions. We want to see more involvement from the community, not just those downtown, said Isabella Afon, who heads up the programming committee that's responsible for the district's activities. We're looking forward to getting more people involved. Anna Smith co-chairs the design committee. We have a huge task at hand with the designing committee, she said, explaining that it's the committee's responsibility to enhance the physical design and appearance of the downtown district. As part of that, she said, professional gateway signage will define the district boundaries. Once you're in the district, Smith said, we want all signage to have a purpose. We want to have creative street signage. Later, President and Chief Executive Officer Mark Regensberger fielded questions from the crowd. One audience member questioned whether downtown offers sufficient parking to accommodate those who frequent the district. Parking is always an issue for other major downtown events, he said. Is there something in the works to provide additional parking for this potential influx of people? That is something we're working on, Regensberger replied. He noted the downtown parking deck with a capacity of 298 spaces. What makes downtown unique, he said, is that when you do park, you can ramble through and enjoy some places. The city is doing a parking study, and the downtown district is going to be involved in that, according to Regensberger. Get involved and make downtown Fayetteville a better place, Eric Lindstrom, the downtown district board chairman, said. We have the groundwork laid. I have to identify, and we also have the brand here.
Lake makes early appearance. Hope Mills officials shut gates on dam at the rain-filled lake bed. A day before a ribbon-cutting ceremony for a new dam, Hope Mills Lake returned. Steady rains over the past few days filled the formerly empty lake bed to its proper level. Town manager Melissa Adams said Tuesday. As a result, the town shut the dam's gates, impounding the water in the lake. It really did fill up a lot quicker than we thought, Adams said. We were not anticipating that rain. On Friday, the town received approval from the state dam safety to begin refilling the lake. The process was expected to take about 3 weeks. The town has been without its centerpiece lake since 2010 dam failure. Ground was broken for a new dam in March 2016, and it was completed late last year. Since the water level reaches proper height, Adams said the decision was made to shut the dam's gates and retain the water. Adams said the dam will be monitored to make sure it is working correctly. The previous dam failed less than 2 years after it was completed. But Adams said Tuesday afternoon that everything seems to be working well. They worked diligently to make sure there weren't any problems with letting it fill up, she said. It's perfectly safe. Everything's fine. A ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new dam will go on as scheduled at 2 p.m. today. But that ceremony will now take place on the banks of a full lake instead of a muddy, empty bed. This is the Southeastern North Carolina Radio Reading Service, a United Way partner agency. We broadcast from the campus of Fayetteville State University, and our signal is carried by WUNC Chapel Hill. As a nonprofit agency, we rely on public donations. We request your support to continue our services. When making charitable donations, please keep the Southeastern North Carolina Radio Reading Service in mind. Our post office box number is 35029, Fayetteville, North Carolina. If you have any questions or comments, please call us at 910-672-1600 or toll free at 844-709-5656. Your radio hosts are
Robert Dean
and Ralph Walkie Robertson, and we are proud to serve you today.
Okay, it's the top of the hour, time for the obituaries. Death notices. Following deaths have been reported. Upcoming editions of the Fayetteville Observer will contain complete obituary information. Cumberland County, Martha McGregor, 61 of Fayetteville, formerly of Rayford. Butler's Funeral Home and Chapel, Red Springs. Sally Melvin, 90 of Fayetteville, Heron Funeral Care and Cremations. Stafford E. Ambrose, 88 of Fayetteville, Unity Funeral Services of Fayetteville. George A. Simpson, 70 of Fayetteville, Heron Funeral Care and Cremations. Eula Dyer, 66 of Fayetteville, Heron Funeral Care and Cremations. Joshua W. Wolf, 33, of Hope Mills, Unity Funeral Services. Olivia Rivera of Cameron, Colvin Funeral Home and Crematory. In the Cape Fear region, Joey Nelson Walters, 61, of Virginia Beach, Virginia, formerly of Gibson, Richard Boyle's Funeral Service. And Richard J. Grady Sr., 93, of Elizabethtown, Bladen Gaskin's Funeral Home, Elizabethtown. In Cumberland County, Dr. William Robert Cavanis, 82, of Fayetteville, passed away on Monday, January 29, 2018. A memorial service will be held at 2 p.m. today, Wednesday, January 31st, 2018, in St. John's Episcopal Church, with the Reverend Robert Alves officiating. The reception will be held immediately following the service at the church. Memorials may be made to the Airborne and Special Operations Museum Foundation, 100 Bragg Boulevard, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 28301, or the Cape Fear Botanical Gardens, P.O. Box 53485, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 28305, or the Fayetteville Animal Protection Society, or FAPS, 3927 Bragg Boulevard, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 28303. Services entrusted to Rogers and Brees Funeral Home. Mr. William Thomas Hucks, 84, of Fayetteville, passed away on Sunday, January 28, 2018. Graveside service with military honors will be held at 11 a.m. Thursday, February 1st, 2018, at Cumberland Memorial Gardens. The family will receive friends from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Wednesday, January 31st, 2018, at Rogers and Brees Funeral Home. Service is entrusted to Rogers and Brees Funeral Home. Retired Sergeant First Class Randall Lee Whitley, 54, of Fayetteville, died Monday, January 22nd, 2018. Funeral will be held this Saturday at 1 p.m. at Rogers and Brees Funeral Home Chapel. The visitation will be at Rogers and Brees Funeral Home from 11 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. prior to the service on Saturday. Service is entrusted to Rogers and Brees Funeral Home. Jessica Marie Cox, 31, of Autryville, died Friday, January 26, 2018. A memorial will be held this Saturday at 11 a.m. at Sapona Road Church of God. The burial will be interment will be held at Fayetteville Memorial Cemetery. Services entrusted to Fayetteville Cremation Services. Grace Johnson Beard, beloved mother and grandmother, a longtime resident of the Cedar Creek community of Fayetteville, passed away Monday, January 29th, at the age of 95. Visitation will be held at Cedar Creek Baptist Church on Tabor Church Road, beginning at 10 a.m. Thursday, February 1st. Funeral service will follow at 11 a.m. at the church. Reverend David Weeks and Dr. John Peverett will be officiating. Burial will follow the funeral at the church cemetery. Arrangements by Jernigan Warren Funeral Home. Roy Turner, 70, of Fayetteville, died Friday, January 26, 2018. The funeral will be held Saturday at 11 a.m. at Galatia Presbyterian Church. The visitation will be at Galatia Presbyterian Church Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. The burial will be at Galatia Presbyterian Church Cemetery. Service is entrusted to Lafayette Funeral Home. John A. Rickson, 62, of Fayetteville, died Sunday, January 28, 2018. The memorial will be this Friday at 2 p.m. at Pinecrest Funeral and Cremation Services. There will be a visitation following the service. Service is entrusted to Pinecrest Funeral and Cremation Services of Hope Mills. Renessa Hardy Brown, 45, of Hope Mills, died Friday, January 26, 2018. Funeral will be held this Friday at 1 p.m. at Covenant Love Church of Fayetteville. Visitation will be at People's Funeral Home of Whiteville Thursday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and the burial will be at Campground Cemetery of Whiteville. Services entrusted to Peoples of Whiteville. Eunice Martin Nobles, 89, of Fayetteville, died Tuesday, January 30th, 2018. Funeral will be held this Friday at 2 p.m. at Jernigan Warren Chapel. The visitation will be Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The burial will be at Cumberland Memorial Gardens. Services entrusted to Jernigan Warren Funeral Home.
Region and elsewhere, Velma Shumley. Velma Crumpler Shumley, a loving wife, mother of 3 boys and 6 grandchildren, died in her home on the 30th of January after a long illness. Services for Mrs. Chumley will be held at Riverland Hills Baptist Church in Irmo, South Carolina. Burial will be at Bush River Garden Cemetery on Bush River Road. The family will receive friends prior to the services at the church. In lieu of flowers, please send memorials to Riverland Hills Baptist Church or donate to a charity of your choice. Condolences may be made at crumplerfuneralhome.com and templeshallfuneralhome.com. Paul Blaine Smith, retired Army CW2, Paul Blaine Smith, 82, of Lillington, died Friday, January 26. Graveside Friday, 10 a.m., Sandhill State Veteran Cemetery. Burial, Sandhill State Veteran Cemetery, Fort Bragg, with military honors. Adcock Funeral Home and Crematory. Annie Elvira Upchurch, Lillington. Annie Elvira Upchurch, Wilburn, 91, of Lillington, died Monday, January 29th. Memorial Thursday, 2 p.m., Oak Grove Baptist Church. Visitation Church Thursday, 1 to 2 p.m. Burial private, Pleasant Plains United Methodist Church Cemetery. O'Quinn Peebles Phillips Funeral Home and Crematory of Lillington. Violet H. Tatum, Mrs. Violet Hall Tatum, age 85, passed away Monday, January 29th at Universal Healthcare in Lillington. The funeral service will be held at 3 p.m. Friday, February 2nd at Zor Pentecostal Free Will Baptist Church, 740 Zor Church Road, Salemburg, with Reverend Donald Carlisle and Reverend Donnie Barber officiating. Burial will follow in the church cemetery. Memorials may be made to Zote Church, 740 Zor Church Road, Salemburg, North Carolina. Dennis A. Williams. Dennis Autry Williams, 63, of Indian Trail, North Carolina, went to be with his Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, January 27, 2018. Visitation will be from 12 to noon or until 2 p.m. Saturday, February 3rd at Mount Harmony Baptist Church in Matthews, North Carolina, and will be immediately followed by a celebration of life service. In lieu of flowers, please make donations to the Hemby Bridge Volunteer Fire and Rescue or Mount Harmony Baptist Church. Gaskin Funeral Services Matthews is serving the family where a complete obituary may be located, and condolences offered at gaskinservices.com. Tammy Anita Cox. Tammy Anita Cox, 49, of Gibson, died Saturday, January 27. Funeral Thursday, 11 a.m., Richard Bowles Funeral Service Chapel. Visitation Richard Bowles Funeral Service Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Burial Twin City Memorial Park, Dolores, South Carolina. Richard Bowles Funeral Service. Wyatt Van Buren Coley. Wyatt Van Buren Coley, 86, of Southern Pines, died Sunday, January 28. Memorial Saturday, 2 p.m., Cox Memorial Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation Cox Memorial Funeral Home. Clifton Marlowe Tew. Clifton Marlowe Tew, 95, of Dunn, died Monday, January 29th. Funeral Thursday, 2 p.m., Lee's Chapel Church. Visitation Lee's Chapel Church Thursday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Burial Lee's Chapel, Williford Cemetery. Skinner and Smith Funeral Home. Wilma Darnell Manning. Wilma Darnell Manning, 74, of Sanford, died Sunday, January 28. Graveside Thursday, 2 p.m., Shallow Wall Church Cemetery. Burial Shallow Well Church Cemetery, Smith Funeral Home, Broadway. Michael Flynn Brewington. Michael Flynn Brewington, 67, of Roland, died Sunday, January 28th. Funeral Thursday, 7 p.m., Locklear and Son Funeral Home. Visitation, Locklear and Son Funeral Home, Thursday, 6 to 7 p.m. Burial, Pentecostal Church of Christ, Locklear and Son Funeral Home. Timothy William Inman. Timothy William Inman, 49, of Bladenboro. Died Saturday, January 27th. Funeral Friday, 2 p.m. Gaskins Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation, Bladen Gaskins Funeral Home, Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. Burial, Lewis Cemetery, Bladen Gaskins. Betty Stewart Hauser. Betty Stewart Hauser, 80, of Lillington, died Saturday, January 27th. Funeral Friday, 3 p.m. Cromartie Miller Funeral Home Chapel, Dunn. Visitation, Cromartie Miller Funeral Home, Friday, 2 to 3 p.m. Burial, Harnett Memorial Park, Lillington. Ada Lee Jones. Ada Lee Jones, 92, of New York. Died Wednesday, January 24th. Funeral service at 11 a.m. Hills Chapel, North Main Street, Fairmont. Visitation, Hills Chapel, Saturday, 10 to 11. Burial, Fairmont Cemetery. Danny Ray Hicks. Danny Ray Hicks, 61, of Rose Hill, died Monday, January 29th. Funeral Thursday, 2 p.m. Royal Hall Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation, Royal Hall Chapel. Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Burial, Spell Tyndall Grove Cemetery, Royal Hall, Clinton.
From Tribune Media Services, Billy Graham. No matter how bleak your situation, God cares for you. JJ writes, I am about to be released from prison, but my family doesn't want anything to do with me. The chaplain says God cares for me even if no one else does, but how does he know? I'm not even sure I want to keep on living. The answer, the most important thing I can tell you, is that no matter what your past has been or what others may think, God has not rejected you. Yes, he knows all about you, but your chaplain is right. He loves you, and once you understand this, your life will never be the same. How do I know this? I know it because Jesus Christ left heaven's glory and came down to earth to give his life for us. And he did this so we could become part of his family and be with him in heaven forever. Would Christ have endured the agony of the cross if God hated you or thought you were worthless? Would he have died for you if God didn't care what happens to you? No, of course not. In other words, don't look at yourself or your failures. Don't look at your family and their reactions. Instead, look at Jesus Christ and realize how deeply God loves you. And by simple prayer of faith, ask Christ to come into your life, and he will. God's word is true, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. John chapter 3, verse 16. Then ask God to guide you in the future. He knows what is best for you, and he can be trusted to be with you and guide you. The way is never dark when we walk in the light of God's presence. Readers can write to the Reverend Billy Graham, the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, 1 Billy Graham Parkway, Charlotte, North Carolina, 28201, by calling 877-2-GRAHAM. The website for the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association is at billygraham.org. Dear Abby, with Gene Phillips. Man puts drinking problem on display in widow's yard. Dear Abby, I'm a widowed senior who has been dating a very kind man. Been for 3 years. He's retired, I am not. He does things for and with me, and we enjoy traveling together. The problem is, Ben usually starts drinking about 3 p.m. at the neighborhood bar. I'm welcome to join him, but I prefer to work at my job or volunteer in the community. With the grace of God, Ben has made it home safely every night, but I'm afraid he will eventually hurt someone. My son came home for a month because of a job change, and tonight he found Ben passed out in the front yard. I told my son I was sorry, and he said not to be, but he does not want his family, my grandchildren, around when Ben is like this. I'm so embarrassed I have missed this relationship, but I'm wondering if you think I should end it. Missing the good in him. Dear Missing the Good, it must have been clear to you for some time that Ben has a serious drinking problem that needs to be addressed. Whether you should end the relationship depends upon whether he is willing to admit that he has a problem and is willing to do something about it. Because Ben's drinking is now affecting you and by extension your family, it's time to confront him and give him a choice. Get help or find another lady friend. There are Alcoholics Anonymous groups worldwide in almost every community. Steer Ben in that direction, and while you're at it, locate the nearest Al-Anon group for yourself. You'll find it both sympathetic and helpful. These groups are as close as your phone directory or your computer. You can visit alanon.org. Dear Abby, I recently utilized the National Ancestry Company to determine my heritage. I also provided kits to my adult children, thinking it would be a fun exercise we all could share. Unfortunately, my good deed came with unexpected consequences. According to the results, my youngest son isn't related to me. Apparently, unbeknownst to me, my ex-wife had an affair 25 years ago. What do I do now? Should I confront my ex to verify the affair and learn the identity of my son's father? How do we tell my son? Should we? How do we handle our families? Keep it a secret? I would appreciate your guidance. Unknown family tree. Dear Unknown, before making accusations or announcements, it is important that you determine the accuracy of the test to make absolutely sure the results are conclusive. The second test verifies the first. Your son should be informed because he has a right to know his family medical history, and he should talk to his mother about who his biological father is. Readers can write to Dear Abby at dearabby.com, P.O. Box 69440, Los Angeles, California, 90069, Universal Euclid.
Horoscope. Born today, you are not a person to be taken lightly, to be trifled with, or to deceive in any way. For you are almost certain to uncover any sort of falsehood, prove yourself stronger than anyone might suppose, and to retaliate in a way that gives you a resounding victory over those who underestimate you. Aquarius, something is likely to happen today that you're not going to forget anytime soon, and the lesson it teaches you lasts a lifetime. Pisces, you can't stop something that gets started today, whether or not you wanted it to begin. All you have to do is ride it out. Aries, confidence is at an ebb, but that which you know to be true will carry you through. Difficulties fade as you continue to believe in yourself today. Taurus, you can do more than you have been assigned, but take care that your enthusiasm doesn't get the best of you. Gemini, self-expression is not only appreciated today, but is encouraged. You have a lot to share with those who are in your camp. Cancer, you mustn't misunderstand or underestimate the power of your unique style. Today, how you do a thing matters more than the fact that you are doing it. Leo, hold on to certain convictions today despite any challenges you may receive, and you'll come out on top. What you know really matters to you. Virgo, you may not be able to tell others why a certain thing is going to happen, but you are sure that it may, and some may not believe you. Libra, it's time for you to let someone else take the lead for a while, though not permanently. You'll be back in the driver's seat soon. Scorpio, a surprise has you scrambling to make sense of things that seem suddenly out of adjustment today. A friend offers an easy fix. Sagittarius, how you relate to others will make all the difference between success and failure today. Capricorn, you may find you have chosen a path fraught with dangers, not to everyone, but to you, because of some personal issues.
Trump calls for new moment, and First State of the Union speech, President warns of immigration dangers by Julie Pace and Zeke Miller, the Associated Press, Washington. Addressing a deeply divided nation, President Donald Trump called for a new American moment of unity Tuesday night and challenged lawmakers to make good on long-standing promises to fix a dangerously fractured immigration system, warning of evil outside forces seeking to undermine the nation's way of life. Trump's State of the Union address blended self-congratulation and calls for optimism amid a growing economy with dark warnings about deadly gangs, the scourge of drugs, and violent immigrants living in the United States illegally. He cast a debate over immigration, an issue that has long animated his most ardent supporters, as a battle between heroes and villains, praising the work of an immigration agent who arrested more than 100 gang members and saluting the families of 2 alleged gang victims. He also spoke forebodingly of catastrophic dangers from abroad, warning that North Korea would very soon threaten the United States with nuclear-tipped missiles. The United States is a compassionate nation. We are proud that we do more than any other country to help the needy, the struggling, and the underprivileged all over the world, Trump said. But as President of the United States, my highest loyalty, my greatest compassion, and my constant concern is for America's children, America's struggling workers, and America's forgotten communities. Trump spoke with tensions running high on Capitol Hill. An impasse over immigration prompted a 3-day government shutdown earlier this year, and lawmakers appear no closer to resolving the status of the Dreamers, young people living in the U.S. illegally ahead of a new February 8th deadline for funding operations. Parties have also clashed this week over the plans of Republicans on the House Intelligence Committee to release a classified memo on the Russia investigation involving Trump's presidential campaign, a decision the White House backs, but the Justice Department is fighting. The controversies that have dogged Trump and the ones he has created have overshadowed strong economic gains during the first year in office. His approval ratings have hovered in the 30s for much of his presidency, and just 3 in 10 Americans said the United States was heading in the right direction, according to a poll by the Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs Research. In the same survey, 67% of Americans said the country was more divided because of Trump. At times, Trump's address appeared to be aimed more at validating his first year in office than setting the course for his second. He devoted significant time to touting the tax overhaul he signed at the end of last year, promising the plan will provide tremendous relief for the middle class and small businesses. He also highlighted the decision made early in his first year to withdraw the U.S. from a sweeping Asia-Pacific trade pact, declaring the era of economic surrender is totally over. He spoke about potential agenda items for 2018 in broad terms, including a call for $1.5 trillion in new infrastructure spending and partnerships with states and the private sector. He touched only briefly on issues like health care that have been at the center of the Republican Party's policy agenda for years. Tackling the sensitive immigration debate that has roiled Washington, Trump redoubled his recent pledge to offer a path to citizenship for 1.8 million young immigrants, but only as part of a package that would also require increased funding for border security, including a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border, ending the nation's visa lottery method, and revamping the current legal immigration system. Some Republicans are wary of the hardline elements of Trump's plan, and it's unclear whether his blueprint would pass Congress. Trump played to the culture wars, alluding to his public spat with professional athletes who led protests against racial injustice by kneeling during the national anthem, declaring that paying tribute to the flag is a civic duty. Republicans led multiple rounds of enthusiastic applause during the speech, but for the opposition party it was a more somber affair. Democrats provided a short spurt of polite applause for Trump as he entered the chamber, but offered muted reactions throughout the speech. A cluster of about 24 Democrats, including members of the Congressional Black Caucus, remained planted firmly in their seats, staring sternly at the president and withholding applause. After devastating defeats in 2016, Democrats are hopeful that Trump's sagging popularity can help the party rebound in November's midterm elections. In a post-speech rebuttal, Massachusetts Representative Joe Kennedy, the grandson of Robert F. Kennedy, was seeking to undercut Trump's optimistic tone and remind voters of the personal insults and attacks often leveled by the president. Bullies may land a punch, Kennedy said, according to excerpts from his remarks. They might leave a mark, but they have never, not once in the history of our United States, managed to match the strength and spirit of a people united in defense of their future. In international affairs, Trump warned of the dangers from rogue regimes like Iran and North Korea, terrorist groups like the Islamic State, and rivals like China and Russia that challenge our interests, our economy, and our values. Calling on Congress to lift budgetary caps and boost spending on the military, Trump said that unmatched power is the surest means of our defense. The president also announced that he had signed an executive order directing the Department of Defense to keep open a U.S. prison at Guantanamo Bay. The order reverses the Obama-era policy of the executive branch, long stymied by Congress, to close the prison. First Lady Melania Trump, who has largely stayed out of the spotlight following the latest allegations of Trump infidelity, arrived at the Capitol ahead of her husband to attend a reception with guests at the White House. sitting alongside the First Lady included an Ohio welder who the White House says will benefit from the new tax law, and the parents of 2 Long Island teenagers who were believed to have been killed by MS-13 gang members.
Army warns of emerging health threat. Army medical leaders said Tuesday that a rash of North Carolina troops being hospitalized for serious medical issues believed to have been caused by vaping oils is a priority. The remarks came one day after the U.S. Army Public Health Centers issued a public health alert stating that approximately 60 soldiers and Marines in the state experienced serious medical issues after using e-cigarettes or vaping products that were marketed as containing cannabinoids or CBD oil. The cases occurred over the course of a few weeks. We consider this emergency and public health threat a top priority, and the Army Public Health Center continues to monitor this issue and provide updates as new information becomes available, said Channel S. Weaver, a spokeswoman for the center. Consumers must be extremely vigilant if they are going to use vaping oils and should seek medical attention immediately if they feel they are having an adverse reaction to one of these products. The Army Public Health Center, based at Aberdeen Proving Grounds in Maryland, is tasked with promoting health and preventing disease, injury, and disability in the Army community. Most of the hospitalized troops have been treated at the Naval Medical Center at Camp Lejeune. 9 of the suspected cases have been treated at Womack Army Medical Center on Fort Bragg. Service members have reported headaches, nausea, vomiting, palpitations, dilated pupils, dizziness, disorientation, agitation, and seizures. Those are all symptoms associated with synthetic cannabinoids. Officials said complications from the seizures may have resulted in significant neurological damage in one soldier, and accidents resulting from seizures are blamed for the death of 2 Marines. While the use of CBD oil or other products derived from marijuana among soldiers is banned by Army regulations, officials said they believe the adverse health effects to be caused by man-made chemicals meant to replicate those chemicals. Although pure CBD oil has not yet been associated with adverse health effects, CBD vape oils most likely contain synthetic cannabinoids, concentrated THC, and other hazardous compounds in addition to or in place of CBD oil. The alert cautioned troops to make sure that vaping products they purchase do not contain CBD, THC, or synthetic cannabinoids. This product has the potential to spread quickly across the Army, officials said. Although some vape oils claim to contain CBD oil, CBD, THC, or other synthetic cannabinoids, many vape oils do not disclose that they may contain illegal and or potentially hazardous substances, to include synthetic cannabinoids. Even consumers who may not be seeking products containing CBD, THC, or other synthetic cannabinoids may unintentionally purchase and use them. Civilian medical officers said that they are not tracking similar issues believed to have been caused by vaping products. A spokesman for the Cape Fear Valley Health System in Fayetteville said the hospital was unaware of any emergency room visits caused by vaping products or CBD oil. An official with the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services Division of Public Health Tobacco Prevention and Control Branch said they are not tracking CBD oil specifically, nor are they aware of any emergency department visits because of it. Weaver said the Army Public Health Center noted the rash of cases during the first week of January, and that at least 4 other public cases have been noted in North Carolina. A similar rash of cases has been reported in Utah, where 33 troops have been treated. The health of our force remains a top priority, and we are working diligently to better educate our soldiers on the potentially adverse health effects associated with using vaping oils with unknown substances. This is the Southeastern North Carolina Radio Reading Service, a United Way partner agency. We broadcast from the campus of Fayetteville State University, and our signal is carried by WUNC Chapel Hill. As a nonprofit agency, we rely on public donations. We request your support to continue our services. When making charitable donations, please keep the Southeastern North Carolina Radio Service in mind. Our post office box number is 35029, Fayetteville, North Carolina. If you have any questions or comments, please call us at 910-672-1600. Your radio hosts are
Robert Bean
and Ralph Walkie Robertson. And we are proud to serve you today.
Okay, grocery ads. Sprouts Farmers Market now open in Fayetteville on 2810 Freedom Parkway Drive. Healthy living for less. Jumbo cantaloupes, 98 cents each. 5.6 ounce containers of blackberries, 98 cents each. All natural choice filet mignon roast, $12.99 a pound. Limit 4 roast. North Atlantic jumbo sea scallops, U15 previously frozen, $9.99 a pound. Service counter only, limit 5 pounds. C2O coconut water, select varieties, 17.5 fluid ounces, 99 cents each. Alkaline 88 water, 1 gallon, 2 for $4. Alden's organic ice cream, select varieties, 1.5 quarts, 2 for $6. Dried cranberries, $1.99 a pound. Sprouts 2-bite treats, select varieties, 9.52 to 13 ounce containers, 2 for $7. Zevia soda, select varieties, 6-pack, 12 fluid ounces, 2 for $5. Shuja organic juice, select varieties, 12 fluid ounces, buy one, get one free. Dell Real Foods fire roasted salsa, select varieties, 15 ounces, $2.99 each. Perfect Food Bars, select varieties, 2.2 to 2.5 ounces, buy one, get one free. Sprouts organic coconut oil, 15 ounce container, $6 each. Cucumbers or green bell peppers, 2 for $1. Roma tomatoes, 88 cents a pound. Hass avocados, 2 for $1. 5.6 ounce containers of organic blueberries or blackberries, 6 ounces, 2 for $6. Red mangoes or Meridol papayas, 88 cents a pound. Yellow onions or sweet potatoes, 2 pounds for $1. Cutie's California mandarins, a 2-pound bag, $1.98. Beverage essentials, select varieties and sizes, 35% off regular retail. Sprout snack essentials, select varieties, 4 to 8 ounces, 2 for $3. Daya dairy-free or home run in frozen pizza, select varieties, 15.7 to 33.5 ounces, buy one, get one free. In-shell pistachios, roasted, salted, or unsalted, $6.99 a pound. Mild white cheddar cheese, bulk cut, $2.99 a pound. All-natural pork ribs, baby back or St. Louis style, $2.77 a pound, limit 4 packages. All-natural boneless, skinless chicken tenders or thighs, $1.99 a pound, value pack, limit 4 packages. Easy peel colossal raw shrimp, 13 to 15 count, farm raised, previously frozen, $7.99 a pound, limit 4 pounds. Grape tomatoes, $1.98 each for a dry pint. Mini seedless watermelon, $2.98 each. Asparagus, $2.98 a pound. Navel oranges, 98 cents a pound. Golden ripe pineapples, 2 for $5. Organic Gala or pink lady apples, $1.48 a pound. Organic Valencia oranges or grapefruit, $2.98 each for a 4-pound bag. Artichokes, 2 for $5. Gummy bears or worms, $1.99 a pound. Dried Turkish apricots, $2.99 a pound. Daisy brand sour cream, select varieties, 14 to 16 ounces, $1.99 each. Giovanni Greek yogurt, select varieties, 5.3 ounces, 99 cents each. Starlight Cuisine taquitos or rolled tacos, select varieties, 6 to 8 count, buy one, get one free. Annie's Pizza Poppers or Mini Bagels, select varieties 5 to 6.65 ounces, buy one, get one free. Sprouts Ketchup or Mustard, select varieties 12 to 20 ounces, 99 cents each. Rib Rack Sauces, Marinades, or Rubs, select varieties 4.5 to 19 ounces, buy one, get one free. Kind Protein Bars, select varieties 1.76 ounces, 2 for $3. Raw Organic Protein or Doctor Formulated Women's or Men's Probiotic, 25% off, regular retail. Au Natural Sausage, Chicken or Pork, $2.99 a pound. Au Natural Choice 93% Super Lean Ground Beef, $4.99 a pound. Alaskan Sockeye Salmon Fillets, $9.99 a pound. Applegate Organics Uncured Beef Hot Dogs, $4.99 each. And the Butcher Shop Chicken, $5.99 each, 2 to 2.5 pounds.
Food Line Stadium size savings. Boy, look at this beef T-bone steak, $5.99 a pound. Buy one, get one free. Food Line raw or cooked shrimp. Mighty good. That's buy one and get one free. Nature's Place meat and seafood, 25% off. 3-count bag of avocados, 2 for $4. Hot sale, $3.99 for a 3-pound bag of California's mandarin oranges, 2 for $4. 5-pound bag of Food Line russet potatoes, 50 cents per wing. 6-count hot wings. That's a pretty good deal. You'll pay about $1 at most places per wing. And also for the Super Bowl, you need to pick up some Bud Light and some Miller Lite, 24-pack, 12-ounce cans. Bud Miller, $14.99 each. Tortino's Party Pizza, buy for $5. Food Line chunk of shredded cheese, 3 for $5. Also, you can get some Rotel or Hunt's tomatoes, 5 for $5. That's 5 can for $5. 10-ounce or 14-ounce can. Also, for the Super Bowl, you can get some 5 for $10. 6-pack of Coke. Also, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 4 for $10 of Pepsi products. All this at the Food Line. And let's move on over and see what we got over here. Be a fan of fresh savings. Low price, $4.99 a pound for 93% lean fresh ground beef. What about bottom round roast, $4.99. Whole Boston butt, $1.59. Fresh prime rib burgers, $5.99 a pound. Hot sale, Food Line ground turkey, $6.99 each. That's sold in 3-pound packages, fresh. What about a shank portion of ham, $1.29 a pound. Bacon wrapped jalapeno peppers, $6.99. Food Line chicken wings, $5.99 each, 2.5-pound bag, frozen. What about Hillshire Farm Little Smokies, 2 for $5. Rosina Homestyle meatballs, $9.99 each. And that's a 52-ounce bag, frozen. All you gotta do is just throw them in the microwave, heat them up, and eat them. The crowd goes wild for these offerings. Ethel Bullard says she loves that Kretschmar full rack baby back ribs for $8.99 a pound. That's 20 ounces. What about Food Line boneless tempura chicken? $4.99 a pound. Cupcakes. You gotta have a few cupcakes now. Hot sale, 12 count, $5.99. You can get a platters available upon request. Medium mini sandwich platter. Hot sale, $29.99 each. Call to pre-order today or visit foodline.com to order yours. That looks mighty good. Medium mini sandwich platter. Also, Sarah hummus or guacamole, 8 10-ounce package, buy one get one free. Don't have a price there, but you can buy one get one free. Okay, that's all at Food Line. What about try white chicken chili tonight? That sounds good. Hot sale, 25% off, 16-ounce package, all natural, Nature's Place ground chicken. All that at the Food Line.
Curly C's IGA, Game Day Favorites, Angus T-bone steaks, $5.98 a pound. Curly C's Better Value Family Pack T-bone steaks, $3.98 a pound. Fresh pork baby back ribs, $2.98 a pound. Fresh beef family pack ground chuck, $2.98 a pound. Beef boneless London broil, $3.18 a pound. Jumbo pack fresh chicken wings, $1.98 a pound. 21 to 28 ounce cans of Grillin' or Bush's Best baked beans, $1.58. 9.5 to 10 ounce selected Lay's chips, buy one get one free. 14.72 ounce squeeze or 16 ounce selected Daisy brand sour cream, 2 for $4. 12 pack 12 ounce cans of Coke products, 3 for $10. 2 liter selected Coca-Cola products, 98 cents. 48 ounce selected pet ice cream, 2 for $5. 10.5 to 11.5 selected Campbell's canned soups, 5 for $5. Pineapple coconut cake, $9.99. 30 ounce selected Kraft Miracle Whip, $2.88. 14 to 16 ounce selected containers of Kraft salad dressing, $1.75. 4-pound bag of Domino's sugar, $1.85. 32 ounce selected Morning Fresh Farms shredded cheese, $4.98. 6 big rolls of print or white Bounty basic paper towels, $4.98. 18.6 to 18.8 ounce cans of selected Homestyle or Campbell's Chunky Soup, 2 for $3. 40.5 ounce can of Hanover butter beans, $2. 11 to 12 ounce selected Dunkin' Donuts coffee, $5.99. 14 ounce Starburst or Skittles candy, 2 for $5. 5.32 to 5.96 ounce of selected Primo's potato chips, 4 for $5. 8 to 15.3 ounce selected Hostess snack cakes, 2 for $6. Skippy pretzel PB bites, 6 ounce double peanut or 5 ounce container, 2 for $5. 3 pack of Cracker Jack snacks, 5 for $5. 5 ounce bag of selected Backers potato chips, 89 cents. Bunker Hill chili no beans, 10 ounce can, chunky or regular, 4 for $5. IGA pancake and waffle mix, 32 ounce of selected varieties, 2 for $3. 12 to 16 ounce boxes of selected Oat Squares or Quaker Life cereal, 2 for $5. 6 ounce bag of Carolina Country Snacks, $1. Kellogg's cereal, 10 to 18.2 ounces, selected varieties, $2.88. Captain Crunch cereal, 11.5 to 14 ounce boxes, 2 for $5. 24 ounce selected Aunt Jemima pancake syrup, 2 for $5. 32 to 35 ounce selected Aunt Jemima pancake mix, 2 for $5. IGA vegetable juice, 46 ounce container, $1.99. 12 to 16 ounce selected Hidden Valley ranch dressing, $2.58. Texas Tailgate hot dog chili sauce, 10 ounce hot or regular, 2 for $1. 16 ounce selected Bush's Best chili beans, 5 for $5. 20 ounce can of whole peeled, crushed, stewed, or IGA diced tomatoes, 99 cents. 16 ounce selected International Delight creamer, $1.98. IGA cream cheese, 8 ounce Morning Fresh Farms, 2 for $3. Cooked Perfect meatballs, 20 to 24 ounce container, 2 for $9. Red Baron pizza, classic or brick oven, 15.77 to 23.54 ounce size, 3 for $10. Eno crumbled blue cheese, 4.5 ounce container, 2 for $5. John Morrell cocktail smokies, 12 ounce pack, 2 for $3. 40 ounce John Morrell hot dogs, $3.68. 2-pound Polish or John Morrell smoked sausage, 2 for $7. 7 ounce oven roasted turkey, honey, or smoked John Morrell off the bone ham, 2 for $5. 24 ounce pack of Curly's bucket of ribs, $6.99. 1.19 pound bag of selected Johnsonville bratwurst, 2 for $8. 16 ounce selected ground Johnsonville Italian sausage, 2 for $6. 12 ounce selected Johnsonville sausage links or patties, 2 for $6. 4 pound onion or regular Flanders beef patties, $6.49. 7 ounce bag of Land of Frost Canadian bacon, 2 for $5. Johnsonville Italian sausage, 1.19 pound, 2 for $8. And Maxwell House coffee, 28 30.6 ounce container, excludes decaf, $6.99. Heinz yellow mustard, 14 ounce container, 2 for $3. A1 steak sauce, 10 ounce selected, $2.88. Breakstone sour cream, 16 ounce container, $1.85. And TGI Friday snack size appetizers, 2 for $5, 7.5 to 11 ounce selected varieties.
Hot Evic specials. This is Harris Teeter, folks. You got to have that Evic card. It's going to cost you out the wazoo. 8-pack, 20 ounce Gatorade, $3.97. Limit 4 per customer. Pint size Farmers Market blueberries, $1.97. Weekly minimum 2, or weekly limit is 2. What about Harris Teeter Rancher whole beef tenderloin, $8.99? But if you don't have that big card, it's going to cost you $10.99. What about Harris Teeter Rancher value pack 93% lean ground beef, $2.99. Smithfield all natural pork baby back ribs, buy one get one free. 2 count bag Farmers Market Haas avocados, 99 cents. Coke 12-pack cans, Coca-Cola products, $1.99. Wild caught Dungeness crab clusters or wild caught Argentine peeled and deveined shrimp, $8.99 per pound. 8 to 13 ounce Cheez-It crackers, 99 cents. 8 to 19 ounce Campbell's Chunky soup, 99 cents. Wow, that's a deal there, folks. A limit 10 total. So run on up there and get you a 10. Go back tomorrow and get 10 more at 99 cents. Got New England clam chowder, beef stew, you name it, they've got it there at the Harris Teeter. 48 ounce Breyers ice cream, $1.99. Ethel Bullard loves those Doritos, so she can get an 8 to 10 ounce Lay's chips or Doritos. What about 24-pack Bud Family, Miller Family, or Coors Light? $14.99 for 24 cans of Bud Light. Can't beat that with a stick. Alright, also we're looking at the party bowl time for the big Super Bowl. You get Pepsi products, 6-pack bottles, buy 2 get 3 free. Wow, buy 2 and get 3 free? That's a steal of a deal, folks. Buy 1 get 1 free on ballpark beef franks or bun size beef franks. Also, buy 1 get 1 free 59 ounce Tropicana lemonade or pure leaf tea. All this at the Harris Teeter. We've got some good deals. What about Tide Sport Laundry? You got to clean all that clothes after you go to Super Bowl party and get gravy and beer and all that stuff all over your jersey. So you can get some Tide. $10.99, official sponsor. Also Cascade dishwasher detergent, 18 to 23 count action packs. Don't let your kids eat those Tide action packs though, folks. $6.99.
Aldi Big Game Savings. Clancy's potato chips, 9 to 10 ounce bags, $1.09 each. Friendly Farms French onion dip, 16 ounce container, $1.19. Mama Cozy's 16-inch deli pizza, 30.5 to 49.5 ounces, $5.49 each. Mama Cozy's 16-inch 5-cheese deli pizza, 51 ounce size, $4.99. Sea Queen shrimp ring, 16 ounces, frozen, $6.99. Clancy's restaurant style tortilla chips, 13 ounce bag, 89 cents. Little salad bar fresh salsa, assorted varieties, 16 ounces, $1.99. Bremer meatballs, original or Italian, 32 ounce frozen box, $3.99. Parkview cocktail sausages, 14 ounces, $2.49. Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, 28 ounce container, $1.99 each. Little salad bar guacamole, assorted varieties, 8 ounces, $2.79. Little salad bar hummus, assorted varieties, 10 ounces, $1.79. Specially selected pita chips, sea salt or Parmesan, garlic and herb, 9 ounces. Clancy's pretzel sticks or minis, 16 ounce bag, 79 cents. Haas avocados, 39 cents each. Red onions, 89 cents per 2-pound bag. Roma tomatoes, 59 cents per pound. Blueberries, $1.79 per pint. Mini cucumbers, $1.19 for a 16 ounce package. Multi-packed peppers, 3 per pack, $1.69. Available Wednesday, January 31st, 69 cents per pound. Available while quantities last. Fresh family pack of chicken drumsticks, 5-pound average weight. Craver's chicken wings, 48 ounce frozen, $5.97. It's $1.99 per pound. Fresh St. Louis pork spare ribs, $1.99 per pound. Available while quantities last. Fresh 73% lean ground beef, sold in a 5-pound package for $9.95, available while quantities last. Fresh bacon wrapped jalapeno peppers, $6.49 per pound while quantities last. Coca-Cola 2 liter, now 99 cents. Appetitos appetizers, 8 to 11 ounce frozen, $1.69 each. Casa Mamita taquitos, beef or chicken, 20 to 22.5 ounce sizes, frozen, $3.99. Mama Cozy's pizza bagels, combination or pepperoni, 28.38 ounce frozen, $4.99. Southern Grove Trail Mix, 26 to 27 ounce bags, $4.69 each. Clancy's Party Mix, traditional or cheddar, 15 ounce bag, $2.29. Savorite's round crackers, vegetable or wheat, 12.9 to 13.3 ounces, $1.49. Fresh St. Deli meat party tray, 23.5 ounces, $8.99. Specially selected deluxe mixed nuts, salted or unsalted, 30 ounce jar, $12.99. Happy Farms cheese cubes, Colby Jack or mild cheddar, 8 ounces, $1.99. Brookdale chunk chicken breast, 12.5 ounce can, $1.69. Happy Farms cream cheese, 8 ounce, 89 cents. Berman's hot sauce, 12 ounce bottle, 85 cents. Tuscan Garden dressing, chunky blue cheese or classic Caesar, 16 ounce bottle, 89 cents. Happy Farms Colby Jack shredded cheese, 12 ounce bag, $1.89. And the Aldi Colby Jack Happy Farms cheese is $1.79. Casa Mamita diced tomatoes with green chilies, 10 ounce can, 45 cents. Clancy's cheese melt, 32 ounces, $3.99. Clancy's pretzel slims, 8 ounces, $1.69 each. Little salad bar dip, 16 ounce container, $3.69 each. Casa Mamita classic organic salsa, assorted varieties, 16 ounce jars, $1.99. Clancy's white rounds tortilla chips, 13 ounce bag, 89 cents. Boulder Party Cups, 50 pack for $2.49. Boulder Napkins, 250 pack, $1.49. Boulder Decorated Paper Plates, 45 count, $1.99. Simply Nature Fresh Organic 100% grass-fed 85-15 ground beef, 1 pound, $5.29. Happy Farm shredded cheese, 12 ounces, $1.89 each. Friendly Farm sour cream, 16 ounce container, $1.19 each. Live G-Free, gluten-free cornbread mix or cheddar biscuit mix, 11.36 15 ounce boxes are $2.29. Stone Mill chili mix, hot or original, 1.25 ounces, it's 39 cents. Cota's Pride chili or kidney beans, 15.5 ounces, 55 cents. Parkview bratwurst or Italian sausage, assorted varieties, 19 ounces, $1.99 each. Love and Fresh hot dog buns, 11 to 12 ounces, 83 cents. Parkview beef franks, 15 ounces, $2.49. Berman's yellow mustard, 20 ounces for 65 cents. Season's Choice crinkle cut potatoes, 32 ounce frozen, $1.65. Fresh 80% lean ground beef patties, $3.99 per pound. Fresh boneless half pork butt roast, $2.29 per pound. Fresh boneless pork country style ribs, $2.49 per pound. Fresh thin sliced boneless center cut pork chops, $3.69 per pound. On Cozy's original crust pizza, $1.99 each. There is 5 cheese, 4 meat, pepperoni, and sausage. Little salad bar salad, 6 to 10 ounce bags, $1.99 each. Kirkwood crispy chicken strips, 25 ounces frozen, $4.99. Kirkwood Kansas City dry rub wings, 16 ounce frozen, $5.49. Appleton Farms or Kirkwood pulled pork or pulled chicken, 16 ounces, $3.99 each. Tuscan Garden ranch dressing, 16 ounces, 89 cents. Specially selected brioche buns, 7.5 ounces, $1.99. And that's the deals that are at Aldi.
This concludes our broadcast of the Fayetteville Observer. Your radio hosts have been
Robert Bean
and Ralph Walkie Robertson. Tune in this afternoon at 2 p.m. for articles from the Hope Mill Sand Spur and the Fort Bragg Light. At 4 p.m. you can listen to Off the Bookshelf. Today's Fayetteville Observer will be rebroadcast tonight at 9 p.m. We will now join the Raleigh Network for additional programming. Thank you for tuning us in. We enjoyed being with you this morning. Have a wonderful day.